If you're a girly over 25, my 25th birthday is coming up and I'm kind of freaking out. I know this sounds like a little pity party and maybe I should have like one of those tiny violins playing in the background, but I feel like I'm everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. I feel like I'm doing great and I'm messing up 24/7. So if you just have like any advice, oh my god, would I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Just your comforting, friendly reminder that if you currently feel lost in your life, you have no idea what you're doing, what direction you're headed in, and what your purpose is, so many people feel the same exact way that you do, and this is a reminder even I need to hear all the time, because as much as I feel like I know what I want to do and I have my life figured out, sometimes I have days where I'm like, is this my path? And sometimes I do question the direction I'm going in. This is all of our first time living. We're not supposed to know how this thing goes. Every single person that you see in the world is just trying their best. Most people have no idea what they're doing. They don't really know how to socialize. Finding a career is really hard. Finding their friend group, finding a partner, everyone is just doing their best. Also, remember that everyone's mainly focused on themselves. If you ever feel like somebody is staring at you in public, or you have anxiety and your brain is telling you that everyone's judging you, everyone's focused on themselves. Everyone is just trying to go day by day and figure out what their purpose is and what to do with their time here. So don't get so down on yourself for not knowing where you're headed or what's next for you or what you really want to do, because especially if you're young like myself, these years can be so challenging trying to figure out right from wrong, left from right. You will figure it out. Everything will come together when it's supposed to at the right time. You were hand selected to be on this planet. If that's not proof enough that you're needed here, I don't know what else is.
And when you feel lost in life, man, I'm telling you, God knows where you're going to end up. Like, literally, God knows where you're going to end up. Like, from my personal experience, if your world is literally falling apart, like everything, absolutely everything in your life is falling apart, like everything, like you're just losing people, you lost your job, this, that, the other, you're falling out with people, like just everything is just disaster, falling apart. Something is about to kickstart. You're about to be in your best season real soon. That's just from personal experience. I'm not even trying to motivate people, or I mean, give people hope, but I'm just trying to keep it real, you guys. Like, from prior experience, if your world is just like falling apart, like I'm telling you, that means something in the spiritual realm doesn't want to see you win. It's like really a battle up there. And usually you have to take 2 steps back, you know, and just take a couple steps forward, you know. You need some momentum to propel it. You need to, you know, it's like running. You can't step on the same foot you stepped on. You have to use another foot. You have to use some momentum. You have to step back and launch forward. So if you feel like you're just taking 10 steps back, the only way is up, my friend. The only way is up. So...
Hey guys, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. I'm 23, I'm a young mom, my daughter's 5, and I had a job in September. I graduated with a law degree this year, and I got a law job in September, and I lost my job by the end of September because of the distance of how far the job was. But it was a lovely place and they gave me a lovely reference. But yeah, I was unemployed in October. I got a job from someone in my church that was their manager was looking for admin person, so I applied. I had an interview. I got the job the same day on the interview, and I started the job at the end of November because I had to wait for my DBS. Then I lost this job. I lost this job last week Monday due to... It was an unfair dismissal, which I have actually appealed to HR for. But I'm just so lost. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I'm looking for jobs. I don't even know what type of jobs to look for anymore. I don't know if I should go do my masters next year. I don't know if I'm a good mum. No, I am a good mum, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I don't know, I just felt like making this video because I feel like there's other people that probably don't know what they're doing. I like making TikToks for fun. I have loads of videos saved in my draft. Loads of videos saved in my draft that I'm so scared to post, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel so lost. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know, the shift from being a student to now no longer being a student and actually looking for work, just so different and feels so much more difficult. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I'm sure not knowing what you're supposed to do is a good thing, and there might be other people that don't know what to do, but yeah.
Does anyone else feel so behind in life? I'm almost 30 and have no idea what I want to do with my life and couldn't feel more lost. Growing up, I was never one of those kids who had a passion or had a clear career path. And after COVID and completing my marketing degree, it was so hard to find a job. I had to work as a waitress for 2 years in a really toxic environment. Finally, a year ago, I landed a more stable job, but it's not something that I thought I would be doing and not something I want to do for the rest of my life. How I see it, when work becomes a means of survival, then there's less room to figure out what you actually want to do. That's why I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone, try new things. But I'm realizing that I may never have or know what my dream job is. I don't think that at 30, I'm going to finally figure out what I'm passionate about. We were raised to believe that our job is what defines us and brings us fulfillment, but there's so much more to life. There are countless of opportunities and experiences beyond work that can bring us fulfillment, and we just need to find it.
27 and I've spent most of my life feeling stuck or lost, and I'm done letting myself get in my own way, and I'm gonna tell you why. Stuck between who I am and who I know that I'm capable of being, and then that feeling has made me feel stuck even more, but that's changing. Then to realize that feeling stuck is actually the universe's way of sending something better for you. Here's some other things I've learned about being stuck. I learned that when I feel stuck, it's because I'm not living my life for me. It's because I'm living my life based on other people's expectations of what I should be doing. No wonder why I feel so lost. I felt lost or stuck. It's because I wasn't living life authentically to me. I was living life based on society. I was living life based on what society wanted me to do and expected of me, and what everyone else around it wanted me to do and expected of me. So who wouldn't feel lost when I don't even know what I want, what I enjoy, because I've been so focused on living my life for everybody else. The important thing that feeling stuck helped me realize was that if I wanted to become the person I know I'm capable of being, I had to become that person. I had to stop letting the voices and everything else and the self-doubt and the fear stop me from becoming that person. I had to embody that version of me as if I already was them. That's what's helping me to get unstuck, and it's possible for you too. We are not stuck where we are. We are always capable of becoming that person we know we are capable of being. Stop letting your head and your fear get in the way, because getting stuck made me realize the only person getting in my way was me. Realize that feeling stuck is truly getting in your own way. It makes it easier to be like, time to get the heck out of my own way, time to make everything that I want happen. You can get unstuck. We are never fully stuck where we are. We are able to overcome the feeling of feeling lost and feeling stuck by embodying and being authentic to ourselves. We feel lost when we try to be what everyone else wants us to be, what the world wants us to be, what society wants us to be, what our friends want us to be, what our family wants us to be. But who do you want to be? 27, I'm done feeling stuck and lost.
It's kind of crazy how quick life can go from the most uncertain feeling and not knowing what you're going to do with your life, or how like your life is going to get better, or those things are going to come into your life that you're manifesting. And then one day things just kind of happen and opportunities keep popping up, and all of those angel numbers on the back of those license plates that you've been seeing everywhere kind of just start to add up and make sense. And I'll say that it's not just by random or coincidence, it's all in good timing and by plan. I'm also just like really trying to open this poppy. Hold on, guys. Can we take a moment? Take a freaking moment. Oh my god. Okay, so anywho, you know, a few things have been happening, like really good opportunities, and I'm finding myself to be really happy about them, and I didn't see it coming, but it wasn't this big coincidence in the sense of like, oh, I just like walked into and fell on my lap. In a way it did, but the opportunity that I just got most recently was because I had a good friend, and I had a friend that I've been friends with her for over 10 years. Like, we've known each other since a little bit before high school, and we were always just friends. Like, we didn't go out of our way to always hang out 24/7, but we just would always talk highly about each other, protected each other's names, and spoke highly when their name came in a room. And one of my friends had an opportunity presented to her, and she put my name into the room, and I got the opportunity handed to me. So I think that it's not just opportunities falling on your lap, it's all these little dots that the universe is placing for you. Like, had I never met this girl, this opportunity would have never came. And so what happened 10 years ago now unfolds today. Not saying that that's the only purpose that this friend of mine is in my life for, but it just is so crazy when you have these little full circle moments, and you're kind of just like, wow, like all of that stressing that I did, all that exhaustion and, you know, sadness and loneliness because you felt like you didn't know what things were going to be like, or how you were going to fix things, how you were going to get your finances straight, how the job, the life, the house, the opportunity, all of those things are going to fall through. And I will say that I was like holding on to certain things even just a month ago, and then I finally just let go because I had no other choice, and it ended up working out 10 times better than I expected, to the point where I have multiple options of like multiple solutions to my problem now, and I get to pick how to fix it. And that feels like the biggest blessing in disguise. And I went through so many dark, cloudy moments. I think months and months and months of just feeling like a cloud was over me, completely just blinding me from what direction I should go in and like how I was going to get there. And then one day it just happens. And I literally made a video, I think 2 days ago, being like, I just don't know what's going on with my life. And that's how quickly I'm talking that it happens. And it's not about manifesting in this long journal. I do some form of manifesting, but for me so far, it's just been letting go of whatever's not in my control and really trusting that things are going to work out for you, because you deserve good things in your life. So anyways, Poppy sent me this as well, and we've been to the future every day drinking soda, and so I got some of their new drinks and their like little like guesstimate taste the future, like what's coming, Poppy, we don't know, but I do want the robe, Poppy, so if you can have a robe sent as well, that'd be great. I want to like try this right now. Should I try it right now? Let's do it. Is that wrong? No, we're gonna do it right now. My guess is creamsicle. I don't think it's disappointing. It's kind of good. I'm going creamsicle. Anyways, you never know what the future holds. Clearly, I don't with my life or Poppy's drinks. But all you can do is just keep moving forward and stay aligned with all the intentions that you set, and don't give up on yourself. I literally wanted to give up every single day for the past 2 years, I feel like. And finally, I'm getting a little bit of a breakthrough, and it feels so deserving. I'm just utterly grateful for it. So I love you guys, and I hope this helps anybody who's feeling a little bit lost on their journey right now.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Hi guys. Yes, I'm on the floor. It's my comfort space. I just wanted to come on here because I was talking to someone the other day, and they were basically saying to me like, what do you define as like success, and like when will you tell yourself that you've made it and that you're happy? And I had to think about it, because I was like, you know, like when I have a successful business or something, then I'll be happy. The more and more I get involved with owning a business, the more I realized that it's not true. I had the busiest day we've ever had at the markets today. For some reason, I am so sad inside. It goes to show that you can be successful and you can be doing well, but if you're not happy, then it doesn't matter how successful you are, you're never going to be happy. Like, I can't stop crying and I don't know why. Growing up, I always used to think oh, when I've got this, I'll be happy. When I've got this, I'll be happy. But it's not true. And I think that you need to learn to enjoy everyday life and love yourself and love your life, so that you can be happy no matter where you are in your life, whether you're going through highs or going through lows in life. I think my biggest takeaway from it, and I think I'm experiencing it, is that if you're not happy, nothing will ever make you happy. And I think to myself, I'm if I was on an island right now, on a holiday, I genuinely don't think I'd be happy still. There's genuinely something wrong in my brain, and I need to fix that, because otherwise nothing's going to bring me joy in life. Don't mind me, I'm a mess. I just wanted to say that I think it's something that everyone needs to hear, especially as we go through our 20s. So much stuff happens, so much change, so much growth, and you go through so much, so being able to stay happy is very hard. You got this, guys.
A lot of people don't really know themselves very well, and they have no clue what makes them happy. The thing that makes you the most happy is what you were missing as a child. If you miss love as a child, love is the thing that will bring you the most joy. If you had no freedom as a child, if your parents were very strict, when you grow older, freedom will make you very happy. Because why? When you were a child, you barely had any freedom. If you had too much responsibility as a child, what will make you happy is to have a life of adventure. That will make you truly happy, because you missed out as a child on actually being a child. So a lot of the times, it is not money that will bring you the most joy. It is the things that you lacked as a child that now you need to experience as an adult. That is the key. If you know that you missed this specific thing as a child, make sure that now that you are grown, you get those things, or you get access to those things. That is the key. And I promise you, you will be a lot happier.
I don't believe in finding yourself. A better way to phrase it would be creating yourself. It's not like you're lost. If you feel lost, trying to find yourself while being lost is kind of even more confusing. How are you supposed to find yourself when you're already lost? You don't have a map. And it's because you haven't defined who you would like to be, who you want to become. And in creating that list where you define who you want to become, you can then create yourself. It is not about finding yourself. You are not hidden somewhere, stored away, dormant, lost, scared, and hiding. No, you just simply haven't taken the time to think about who you want to become and curate a life to create that person. Create yourself. Don't try to find yourself. In trying to find yourself, you will end up lost. I guarantee it.
I feel like your 20s is the time that you become very aware of the expectations that not only others have of you, but you have of yourself. And it is a time in your life where you really shed the layers that you have created to fit in throughout your whole life, and you actually start to find who you are. I'm turning 28 tomorrow, and I have had 2 spiritual awakenings so far, a dark night of the soul, an ego death. I have quit my 9-to-5, have been completely lost in what I want to do with my life, and I now run my successful business with coaching, stress, and anxiety. And I'm still finding myself. The best advice that I can give anyone that is on this journey and can relate to her video is start finding the beauty in the journey. Start finding the beauty in transformation and shedding, and start being curious rather than judgmental or resentful with yourself. Start being curious. If there's something that you don't align with, be curious of what you do align with. Start finding the beauty in aligning with your purpose. It's not always easy, and I truly believe that your 20s are the toughest years of your life. At the end of the day, they're also some of your funnest. So just a quick reminder that don't hold yourself to such a high standard, because those standards are going to change. Those expectations are going to change. Everything is going to change. What I was doing at 21 is not what I did at 25, and what I did at 25 is not what I'm doing going into 28. And I'm damn sure that going in my 30s, something's going to change too. So just be fluid. Allow change in your life. Allow flexibility. Allow curiosity. And just remember to start enjoying your life. It is short, and at the end of the day, nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Like whether you think that you're supposed to be having kids or be making a certain amount of money or be living in a certain way, nothing matters. Because at the end of the day, you could have all of those things and you can still feel lost. And you can have nothing and still feel whole.
I was just listening to a podcast and I swear what they said completely explained why people are feeling so lost in life at the moment and not sure what they want to do with their lives and whatever. And they were talking about it in a completely different context, but to me I was like, oh my god, this explains it. And it was Seagulls Law, which says, a man with a watch knows the time, a man with 2 watches is never sure. And essentially they're talking about how back in the day, societies followed a single narrative. Like there was limited information, you know, religion-based societies, whatever, like people followed a single narrative. And that's what they did because that's all they knew. Whereas these days we have so much access to all this different information, all this data, all these options, all this whatever, that we constantly don't know which information to trust, which option will be the best. If you Google, is a banana good for you, you're going to find 50 articles as to why bananas are superfoods and going to cure cancer. And then if you search, is a banana bad for you, you're going to find 50 articles as to why it's going to kill you. And so you never know what to trust. And then in relation to knowing what you want to do with your life, we are constantly seeing all these different options. We have so many options these days. We can literally do whatever we freaking want. And we're constantly seeing all these different lifestyles and people and jobs and whatever on social media that we're constantly comparing ourselves to. And then when things get a little bit tough in our own life or whatever we're doing, we're like, oh, the grass will be greener over there. We'll be happy if we're doing this, because we're seeing all these different options, seeing all these different people doing different things. When really any of these options would be amazing if we stuck to it long enough to make it successful. But we're constantly chopping and changing because we think that when our life's a little bit harder, oh, we'd be happy when we do this because we think we can do this because we have so many options. Basically, people have too many watches and no one freaking knows the time anymore.
Most of the time when people feel lost or stuck in life or like they've let themselves down, they're actually considering other people's thoughts, opinions, ideas, and perceptions of them way too much. Because here's my question to you. When you say, oh, I feel lost, I feel stuck in life, ask yourself this. According to whose standards? Maybe the reason why you haven't gotten to the place that you want to in your life is, one, maybe you are just getting ready for it. You are building the skills to maintenance that life that you want, and or the things that you want aren't what you actually want. It's what other people have told you. Or if those are the things that you want, maybe the way that you're going about achieving these goals is just not authentic to you. Maybe you do want that job. Maybe you do want that ideal body. Maybe the ways that you are going after this goal aren't working out for you. So find a way that works for you. Every single path is different. Anyway, my name is Sarah. I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.
I feel really vulnerable making this video right now, just because it's just something I've struggled with for a really long time. I felt like making this video because it's just been on my mind for the last few days. And today, I don't know, I just felt a random pull to like talk about how I've been feeling. So basically, all my life, I've just struggled with living like 2 lives, living on 2 sides of the coin. I've always just been pretending to live one way and then also having a different lifestyle on the other side of me. And not in the way where, you know, when you're with different people, you have different attitudes or whatever. Fully, like, I immerse myself with different groups of people and I'm just not the same person, and I hate thinking the same as how I was thinking with that other group of people. I know I'm not really making sense right now, but just bear with me. These last few days, like, being conflicted with feelings of like anxiety and frustration and anger and confusion, and the last few days I've just felt like I don't know, like I always feel like I don't know what to do, but genuinely, like lately I've just felt so much dread and so much confusion for how my life is supposed to go and what it's supposed to look like. And anytime I've tried to talk about my situations with people, they just don't really get it. So I'm making this video to air my stuff out because sometimes I just don't feel heard. And like, yeah, there are people there for me that listen, but sometimes I'm not, like right now making this video, I'm not seeking anyone's advice. I'm making this video for me and to let my feelings out, and whoever watches and cares will watch. But like sometimes you don't necessarily need to relate to everything that someone goes through to have sympathy for them, and like just hear them out. And I feel like sometimes we feel like we need to put ourselves in people's shoes to get that, but we just don't. We really don't. We just have to be there for them. Just always struggled with like my relationship with God and like my relationship with myself. And I don't blame any of this on God. I blame a lot of my feelings on people and how they've made religion out to be this huge, like, scary thing. And the more you read and the more you learn about it, it's like there are some things that are genuinely scary, and like the fear of God and all that, but like I just feel like I've always been struggling with wanting to be perfect for God and then wanting to just be myself and like live my life. And I know that you don't necessarily have to be perfect for God, but you do need to uphold yourself to certain standards and, you know, your image and what you do and, you know, how you live your life. And I'm just so exhausted. I'm so exhausted about it. I feel like we're always talking about the beautiful side of Christianity, of God or whatever, but sometimes, like, this is so hard. This is such an internal struggle that I deal with every day, and no one gets it. No one understands how immobilizing this is, or demobilizing, whatever. I'm not here, grammar police, bye. It's so upsetting, and it drives you crazy because you want to be this version of yourself, but you also just want to live out your life. You hear things of, like, if you're not with God during the end times, whatever. I know, like, listen, again, you do not have to relate to what I'm saying, but just try to see where I'm coming from. Like, this is my struggle in life, okay? Y'all have yours, this is mine. And I've just always struggled with my identity and, like, who I am and what I like, and I just feel like everyone's pressures of me all the time, and everyone's labels and everyone's scrutinizations and everyone's comments just bombard my head every single day of my life, and it's so hard to just be myself. I don't even know who I am. I know it sounds dramatic, but I don't know who I am. I live my life, I go to work, I come home, I don't talk to anybody. I don't know who I am. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what my purpose is. Is it to be this big star? Is it to work a 9 to 5? Is it to disappear completely? Like, I don't know what my purpose is, and it's so sad. And I just uphold myself to such a pedestal and such a standard that I don't even complete it because I know I'm not going to be able to amount to that. So difficult. Going every Sunday to church, going to youth groups, hearing the Bible, reading the Bible. Like, there was a time period where I was so close to God, I feel like maybe it looked and seemed superficial, but I genuinely felt closer to him. But I didn't necessarily feel fulfilled in a sense. I definitely felt more peace. But that's just because nothing was happening in my life. I had no friends. Like, I had no friends when I got closer to God. And that's the sad part. It's like, why is it that I get closer to God, I lose people, I lose opportunities, I lose this and that? And it's just like, this is what happened in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's happened to me. And I'm just so sick of pretending like I'm this perfect Christian, I'm this perfect guy. Like, and I know some people don't necessarily, like, hold me to that. But at the same time, it's like, as a man, what word do I hold? Like, what can I categorize myself as? Because I don't just want to be one way and then be another way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I've just been feeling so much discontent with myself and my life. And I'm just tired of it all. I'm tired of all the expectations and all the criticisms and all the goals and all the aspirations. Like, I just feel like everything is so unattainable. The more work I put into it, like, I just feel like I'm not succeeding in anything I do. Like, I commend people who stand firm in their faith because this is so hard to have so much discipline and so much, you know, just to hold yourself back from things just because of your faith. And it's like, I wish I had that. But at the same time, like, I just want to be able to live my life without everyone always telling me what to do 24/7. But I guess, like, this is what your 20s are for. I don't know. I literally just turned 20, and I feel like everyone expects me to have my stuff together, and I don't. I'm 20 years old, and I'm just figuring out what to do with myself. I feel like people just have these old versions of me in their heads, and they don't allow me to grow. But then the other day, like, I realized that no one really gives a crap, and it's just me, you know, making my life harder. But see, this is my dilemma. Like, this is just me being vulnerable. And this is how I felt the last few days. And it's been very intense. Like, the feelings have been intense the last few days. I don't know.
I just want to be loved emotionally. I just want someone to want me, and no one's ever wanted me my whole life. No one's ever wanted me my whole life. The only reason men have ever talked to me, bro, is just for my body. And I'm just frustrated. And I've been asking God for help. And I don't feel shit. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm turning 25 and no man has, like, even ever held my hands. And I'm just like, come on. Like, what? And I can't be doing everything wrong because I'm trying to meet up with people and go on dates, and I tell them straight up that I don't want to have sex, and they don't care. They lie and they say, no, I understand, I'm not about that, and that I agree with you. I think having sex early isn't it, and I think you should know someone. And then at the end of the date, they're forcing me to make out with them. And then I don't know how to say stop, and I tell them I'm uncomfortable, and they don't listen. It's always the same thing, and I just want someone to love me. I'm tired of being alone. I'm grateful for being alone. I'm grateful for my peace. I'm not mad. I'm grateful for everything's God given me. I'm grateful I have time to spend with God. Like, I don't see anything wrong with being alone, but my whole life, and I've just been praying for at least a man of God. I mean, I'm not a perfect Christian by any means, but I would never cheat on someone. I would, I can communicate. I wouldn't hurt someone. I'd be thoughtful. I'd write letters. I'd pray for him. I'd learn everything about him. I'd buy him stuff catered to, what he likes. I'd be thoughtful and detailed and attentive. I'd be affectionate. I'd be nurturing. I'd be a good listener. I'd cook. I'd clean for him. I have standards set for myself. That's why I'm turning 25 in July and I've never had sex before, because I'm stubborn. I'm not going to give someone my body just for them to leave. That would make me mad after I've waited already 10 years for a husband. I can't handle that. It would make me agitated. I'm tired of waiting. I've been alone my whole fucking life. Like, I'm an only child, and my dad wasn't even in my life, and my mom, I don't even think she was in my life that much, because when she got remarried, he went through a health decline for years, and then she had to be his caretaker, and I've not had no one. Genuinely, I've been praying to God for like over 10 years for a husband. I don't think I'm gonna get married. I just don't I don't think it's a thing. I think the only people that get married are the women that have sex off the jump. Because a man would never, ever marry a woman if sex wasn't in the conversation, or even cooking and cleaning, and I do that. I know how to cook. I cook well. I clean well. And I'd enjoy the sex, but it's like, what's the point? And then it's like, it's even worse being single. I don't know what's worse, being single or settling for a man and letting him use you for your body and what you bring to the table, but at least you're not alone. Like, I'm over here cooking dinner and sitting in the fucking empty ass house in the silence all by myself, eating it every night. I wake up every morning alone. I go to sleep every night alone.
So I just had brunch with a couple of my girlfriends, and everyone's talking about how they can't wait to get married. They're either engaged or about to get married. Some are even thinking about having kids. It's like, damn, I am not there. Like, I want to have kids, would love, definitely want to get married and all that, but that feels so far away for me. As women, we're conditioned to feel like we're on a timeline. And if you're thinking about kids, like, you have to think about all of that. And I'm about to turn 30 soon, and I can't imagine having a little baby right next to me. It really does make me question myself, because when they're talking about, getting married and engaged and all this stuff, I'm talking about how I can't even find a job. It makes me feel so less than, I guess. Like, being unemployed sucks because you can't plan for your future and, big things that you want to do, and it really throws you off your timeline. And at a time like this, where the market sucks so much, it's like, when am I going to ever get a job? Like, I don't feel like I'm my best self right now, so I can't even think about dating. No, you're not supposed to compare your life to everyone else, but it just feels like everyone is getting further in their life and I'm getting further back and back. It makes me just feel behind. Like, people are planning their engagements and, their weddings, and here I am, just proud of myself because I actually wore mascara today.
I'm 33 and I have no idea what I want to do with my life. About 4 months ago, I started to develop this really, really weird and uncomfortable aversion to life. And initially I thought I was just very depressed. It's just like PMS, I don't feel good, blah, blah, blah. I thought I was just being whiny and entitled, and I kind of just like stuffed this feeling down, try to ignore it, try to avoid it. Didn't really talk about it. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And it got to the point where I was dreading every single day. Like, every day I would wake up and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do this shit again and again and again. And my whole entire life just started to feel so empty and so dreadful. I felt like my soul wasn't in my body anymore. And it was like the craziest few months of just derealization and depersonalization, which is a term I never thought I would use ever in my life. But you know how you wake up in the middle of the night and your arm is numb because you've been laying on it? That's how my entire identity felt. Like, I could feel it there, but I didn't have this like life force anymore that I have always had. So naturally, I went to a psychiatrist. I got on new meds, which seemed to help for a little bit. And yet I just still have this like nagging feeling that I'm in the wrong life. Like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I'm in the wrong relationship, in the wrong job, in the wrong town. Like, everything is just wrong. And I have this like weird sense of guilt that I somehow am letting my future self down. Like I'm not living up to my full potential. I'm not being the person that I'm meant to be. And I'm somehow letting this girl down. I've been a nurse for about 6 years, and initially it was like the most fulfilling thing, and I thought I found my purpose. And I've always been into film, and so I started like a film meetup group, and that's been going really well. But something's just missing. Like I started hating nursing. I started just hating existing. And like every hobby that I've ever had just started to feel bad. Like it just started to feel like I'm faking it. Like every action that I was taking to feel better just felt so inauthentic and so futile. And at the same time, I feel like guilty that I feel this way because nothing is actually wrong. Like, yes, I've been through a lot of trauma in the past, but like right now, everything's normal, everything's fine. And somehow my brain just like absolutely refuses to be grateful. And I really haven't met a lot of people that are going through this, but about an hour ago, I saw this TikTok of a girl who is in her 30s, and she's saying, you know, one day you wake up in your 30s and you just realize you don't want any of this. And I was like, that's me. That's exactly what happened. It felt so sudden. Like just one day I woke up and I was like, I don't want to be here. I'm not suicidal, but I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want my life. And I don't know what I do want. So it's not like I'm just not doing what I want to be doing. I don't even know what to replace my life with. But anyway, I'm on a journey to find out what all of this is about because I've never felt this way before. I am hoping to connect with other people that are also going through this, and hopefully we can all figure it out together. So if there are any 30-something-year-old nurses who have felt absolutely flattened the last couple months, feel free to reach out.
One of the biggest lies sold to us as children is this idea that our primary objective is to figure out what we're here to do, as if our value lies in the doing. But we're not human doings. We're human beings. Our value is inherent. And this isn't to diminish the process that you're going through right now, because I've been through the dark night of the soul. It is real and it is necessary as we're growing as human beings. And it's just a gentle reminder that you can't mess this up, and that we're here to learn through contrast, and your value is inherent. Your meaning comes from your relationships that you have, and your purpose will unfold naturally across time because of the relationships you forge.
You've been feeling lost in life, you gotta start praying. Because that is the only direction. It don't matter what God you believe in, you gotta start praying, you gotta start believing, you gotta start having some faith. Bro, I done been where y'all been at. I done been lost. Bro, I done been crying. I done really been through some shit, bro. Like, bro, I feel like my heart was breaking every fucking day, bro. I feel like I was losing my mind every day, and there was really nobody to talk to. And even when I was talking to my therapist, bro, I was holding back on a lot of shit because I wasn't even processing it my damn self. When you feel lost, you have to have something that anchors you, something that anchors your soul. That has to be whatever God you believe in. That has to be, God has changed my life, bro. So much. So much so I don't even recognize who I used to be. I'm not the same guy I was a year ago. He done brought me through some shit that I never thought I'd get back from. He kept my heart still pure, still the same. It got scars on it, but I polished that motherfucker up. I'm getting back to who I used to be, who I was. And if you've been feeling lost, if you've been feeling like your life ain't worth living, if you've been feeling like you've been struggling with so much shit, bro, you're not the only one. I don't want you to feel like you so alone in this shit, bro, that you don't even communicate this shit to nobody because you feel like ain't nobody feeling what you feeling. I done felt it. Every now and then I still feel it. In this situation, you have to understand that this shit ain't a one-day fix. It's a process. And one day you might wake up sad as shit, and the next day it might be the greatest day of your life. You work through those ebbs and flows. You work through that. You balance it out. But one thing you don't do is you don't give up. I love you. You got this shit, dog. I love you. I really mean this shit. I love you. Let that shit sit in your head. I love you.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.